Hi Slayers and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eileen and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about my least expensive camera and my most expensive camera. I have two cameras and I just bought a new one for $2,000 and it's fine because, you know, it was a birthday present to myself. It's fine. And I also have this old Handycam. It's like a camcorder type situation, and I use it on my trips because I love the footage it has. It gives this like really nostalgic looking footage, and I just love it so much. And today I just wanted to compare them a little bit just for fun because I feel like, you know, in the world of like videography, the camera expenses are crazy, and sometimes it's nice to know that like you don't really need all that. Sometimes you just need a $20 Handycam. So the Handycam is a camcorder and it is called the JRC GR-D33U, and it retails on eBay for about $20, although I got mine from my mom, so it was free, which is the best kind of camera. And the other camera that I have is the Canon R6 Mark II. I love it so far. I got it recently. I did get it refurbished, so I believe it was only $1,700. Yikes. So I wanted to take these two cameras out today and just test them out. I'm just very excited to have my new camera. I love her so much. In this video, I paired it with my only lens, my 24-70 f2.8 Canon, but it is a beast, so I'm proud that it's my only lens. And the Handycam is a fixed lens, so I have no control over what it does, but it does have a zoom. So of course, the Handycam zoom is like the best part, and probably the #1 pro of this camera is that smooth zoom action. You cannot replicate this look. I mean, you can do it in post, but not like on my camera itself. And I just feel like there's something so natural about it that it is hard to replicate in post, actually. That is like one of my favorite things about the Handycam. And I feel like it makes footage just look so cool. Like I said, it's like such a nostalgic piece of equipment. I love taking it with me when I travel because like I feel like it just gives the memory something. It helps me be on my phone less because of course you can like take your phone around if your phone has a camera or a good camera and use that instead, but I feel like it's just easy enough that it makes me want to pull it out sometimes and like really capture moments that I think are good. And it's a lot harder to do that with like a full-fledged DSLR. That is why I have a smaller like baby camera, but like just in general, I mean, the Canon R6 Mark II is not a big camera at all. It's actually like smaller than my previous camera, which was a Canon 80D, and it's a very nice size, but it is still just a little big. If you pull it out in public, people are still probably going to look at you and be like, oh, you're a photographer. And you know, sometimes that's fun, but sometimes that's not what you want. Although people do look at me when I pull out the camcorder, so you know, they're probably like, what is this freak doing? Like, look at her with her iPod and her camcorder, come on. But yeah, so the main difference, other than like, you know, honestly everything's a difference, but one of the big differences is how you get the footage off of each camera. So for the camcorder, I have to use this thing called an S video cable. I don't know why my family had one in our home, but we did, and so luckily I didn't have to buy it. And I plugged that into an adapter, and then I plugged that into my Mac, and then I used this software called OBS to record, like screen record basically, from the camera directly. And for whatever reason, it doesn't record my audio. Maybe there's something wrong with my camcorder. And the reason I have to do it this way is because it shoots on mini DV tapes, so you also have to have a mini DV tape, and luckily I had one. And it's a little scary because you can like record over it on a mini DV tape, and I'm like scared to do that. It's definitely not the same as like popping in an SD card from my camera, so. And it's definitely limiting, like it's in 4:3, and for whatever reason on my camcorder, my manual settings don't work, so I can only use auto, which is of course very limiting, and on my camera I can use manual, and I do, so I can set exposure, and for whatever reason this camcorder loves to overexpose. I wish it underexposed so I could like have some chance at pulling some detail back, but it's just obsessed with like overexposure, and I think it sees the sun and freaks out like maybe it's a vampire, and like same girl, but like I wish it would actually expose properly. Okay, but at the end of the day, if you wanted to shoot a short film, or if you wanted to just shoot any piece of content, the camcorder works, and I think it's cool, and I feel like it gives you something unique and it makes it feel different, and you can shoot anything on any camera. I fully believe in that. Just because like I'm a nerd and I use this camera for like professional jobs, like I wanted to have a really nice camera, but I definitely don't need to be shooting on a $2,000 camera for a YouTube video. I do not use 4K for YouTube. That would make my life hell. those files are so big. But what I have been using on this new camera, which I didn't used to have, is 60 frames in full HD, so I can slow down my footage, which I love the look of. I feel like it makes everything look so much more cinematic. I feel like I look cool in slow-mo. I'm all like, hey, like, hair blowing in the wind, like, but it's in slow-mo, you know? I also wanted to take these cameras out, like, at night or during dusk and see their low-light performance, and interestingly, I mean, it's bad. It's bad from the camcorder. But the camcorder does have a like built-in torch light, and it's pretty accurate at using it like when it gets too dark. It does make everything look like a horror film, but this would be a great camera if you want to make a horror film, some found footage. And it's one thing that my camera doesn't have. Like, I don't have any option like of a light like that. It doesn't even have a flash, which I'm kind of sad about. I wish that more of their like top model cameras had built-in flashes. I understand that you can add an external flash, but I feel like sometimes you never know, like when you just want to snap a flash picture. And of course, my camera, the Canon R6 Mark II, does take photos, whereas the camcorder does not take photos. But of course, you can screenshot the stills. It'll probably be the same quality as it is anyways, so. But I mean, let's be real. If you're shopping for a $2,000 camera, you're probably not thinking about getting a camcorder. Or if you're thinking about getting a camcorder, you're probably not thinking about getting a $2,000 camera. So, like, we're just here for the vibes. And it's just interesting to see how much technology has evolved and, like, how cool the footage looks. And I don't know, I just feel like such a nerd when I watch these videos. And I just wanted to make one because it seems fun. So I was the weirdo today in the park with my tripod set up all alone, listening to music on my iPod while I filmed myself on my VHS. So, and yeah, I just wanted to come here and talk about these two cameras. Remember that it's not about the gear that you have, it's about what you do with it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Like and subscribe. Bye!